Hey y'all, you know who it is. So I watched a video of an interview on Valuetainment, which is here on YouTube, where he interviewed a woman who was a North Korean defector, and she escaped North Korea when she was 13. Her story is gut-wrenching. How she escaped North Korea because she was starving. 13 years old, she weighed 60 pounds. She escaped to China, but she wasn't free because the way she escaped was through what they called a broker. And this broker sold her and her mother to other brokers. Her mother, she said, according to these brokers, was worth $65. And her, because she was a virgin, she was worth $200. Her name is Yeonmi Park. Worth $200 because she was a virgin. I'm not going to tell you her whole story. You can go to Valuetainment and look it up. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of the conditions she described. Everyone is starving. A doctor in North Korea makes $1 a week. And North Korea is not poor. The Kims, that whole regime that's been in power for over 70 years now, they're keeping it all. They make money by selling weapons, and they sell their people to other countries for labor. Slave labor. They take them to other countries, set all over Europe, Russia, China, and everybody. He asked her, how do you keep them? How does North Korea keep them from escaping while they're over there? First of all, they're not mingled in with whatever society they're laboring at. They're kept separate in a separate camp with armed guards. And secondly, before they're even allowed to go, they take that person, whoever's going, they take their entire family hostage. So if they were to escape, they would just, she said they would disappear them. Well, you know what that means. They'd either murder them all or throw them in a concentration camp, or both. This is what communism brings you. Communism is responsible for more deaths in the world than anything else. Not religion, not wars, well, I guess partially wars, but Mao and Stalin, Pol Pot, all communists, responsible for hundreds of millions of deaths, of murders. And I'm bringing this up because we took a very large step towards this becoming the USSA yesterday. There were some patriots who showed them that we're not going to just roll over and take it, however. And it scared them. I know it scared them. That's why they're so shrill, shrieking that every one of them is going to be prosecuted. Really. What about the woman y'all murdered? 14-year Air Force veteran. Dead. Shot by a cop. Well, personally, he's not a cop. He's a thug. To me, that's the kind that, well, like I was listening to another YouTube channel, and they said, and I do too, I support the blue. I used to be a cop. My brother was a cop. My dad was a cop. Hell, we were all cops at the same time at one point. So I will always support the blue. But when you have tyranny going on, that's not blue. Those are not cops. They're tyrants. They're thugs. And don't get me wrong, not all cops are like that. As a matter of fact, only a small percentage is like that. But like I said on the video I deleted yesterday, I'm done. I deleted that video because I had some false information. The count of the electoral votes was not done yet. However, I don't know how it went the rest of the evening, but I would bet that it turned out the way everybody thought it had turned out. They were just a little early on it. I think Mike Pence is deep state. I really do. If you remember at that funeral, he got an envelope too. I would love to know what was in those envelopes. I think we all would. But I can guess. I can make an educated guess as to the content. And I'm sure it was tailored specifically to each person. It wasn't just a form letter or something. But, all right, I'm starting to ramble. But anyway, the reason I brought up North Korea and this woman, Yeonmi Park, is because if we don't take our country back, we're going to head in that direction. And people are going to scoff at this. Oh, it could never happen here. Never happen here. Look where we were 20 years ago. Hell, look where we were 10 years ago. 4 years ago. And tell me it couldn't happen here. It's been happening here. They're just chipping away at our rights little by little. But it ain't going to be little by little anymore. It's going to be gigantic chunks. They want to take all of our guns away because that is how we keep them in line. We have way more guns than they do. Way more ammo. Yeah, they've got tanks and they've got all this. Most of those soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines and even the Coast Guardsmen and the Space Forcemen, I don't know what you call them yet, Spaceys, they're Americans first. And the majority of them are not going to want to fight Americans. Not to say they won't do it, But there's way more of us than there is of them. We've been over this and over this. 20 million veterans in this country. 100 million patriots that would be willing to take up arms. Our military, if you count every box kicker in the Army, every sailor on a ship, every airman refueling planes, and everything else, all the combat arms, every last soldier, including reserves and National Guard and everyone, it only comes up to 2 million. And you throw every last cop, whether he's full-time, part-time, or a reserve, into the mix, you get another million. So that's 3 million against 100 million. Who's going to win? We the people have the power. We just have to unite and get organized. This is not a call to arms. This is a call to action. Start organizing if you haven't already. It's your duty to act. I mean, go read the Constitution. Go read the Declaration of Independence, which that's actually more, well, I won't say more, but it's very appropriate right now. I'm paraphrasing, but from time to time, it becomes necessary to change the way your government governs you. It's time to throw off the chains of tyranny. Get organized. You can't really get organized on fascist book anymore. But people that you know and trust, or that you don't know but are of the same mind, do some networking. And do it quickly. All right. That's all I've got for now. We'll talk more about this at a later time, though. Till next time, Amat Victoria Curum. Stay safe out there, but get to work.